Well, not too long ago, MP has been very outspoken about them needing to win on the road. He feels like that's the ultimate test of this team. That if they can do that, they can pretty much do anything.
Did this big light start? It's time to put our faith in him, 'cause it's gone too far. I believe he died for me, and for everyone. Anything can be achieved when you're counting on God. Who's gonna take the lead? Just like show the children what is wrong and what is
And a few games ago, we talked about MP's desire to be seen as a highly competitive team on the road this season. This is MP's mantra right now.
And MP and his team have to be feeling great about how they've played on the road lately. They've handled business and proven they aren't intimidated by any team's fan base. We will see if they can continue being successful away from home.
On the floor for the Warriors, they've got MP. Aaron Gordon is out there with Jarris Walker. Then it's Anthony Black, and it's Buffkin in at the 2. And that's how you defend. Glad we had a chance to see a replay of that block again.
Oh my, and that was textbook defense, positioning himself well to send it back.
2 on the clock. And he can't stop the drought, another miss. And so MP will bring it up for Golden State. The mood around the team right now on cloud 9, looking for their 13th win in a row.
when you count on God. Who's gonna take the lead by putting their life on the line? Who's gonna show the children what is wrong and what is right? Who's gonna take the lead?
27 seconds left to play here in the first.
Who's gonna show the children what is wrong and what is right?
After Dunleavy, just 4 to shoot. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Warriors ahead, just dominating this one. And who get going after this from Ball Arena? And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
Paxson is out there with Mobley. Then it's Mitchell. Then there's Dunleavy. And it's...
Waking up in a dream, sleepwalking on another big stage, and never heard these
Here's Rupert. No points yet. And you might think the toughest picks are set by the bruisers. But some say the shooters actually set the best screens. Why is that?
Well, the guy guarding the shooter doesn't want to leave their side. So when they screen you, you get no help.
We've got Mobley, and it's Paxson in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks put together a nice one. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. He was locked in all night long.
Flow, just believe you'll succeed. Just hit you go. The two got my direction.
Jackson is out there with Dunleavy. And it's Mitchell. And there's Mobley. And it's Rupert in at the shooting guard. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And Greg is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top 4 generals of all time. The guys that can direct the floor and can control a game.
Wow, if we're talking traditional point guards, I gotta go Magic. Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd. But I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph and Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Bucks looked really strong. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. It was a performance that will stick with the fans for a long time. Let's see what he has in store for us in this one.
Allie, we appreciate the update. In stretches, he was absolutely done. Greg, he loved to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contribution. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
Oh, man, MP to be young again.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Mobley. Over Gordon. Mobley misses.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, you need to find some support.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team. On the floor for the Warriors, they've got Holmgren. MP is out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Bufkin in at the 2-guard spot.
Oh, he packs it down. That is incredible. Oh, wow. That was a dunk contest level jam right there.
A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. And, Coach, we see more and more teams looking to push the pace. What took so long?
I don't know what took so long, B.A. I think what happens as coaches and as players, you realize that it's tough to score against the best.
The media wants China virus, kung fu, do my thing, like my name, drug deuce, China virus, kung fu, I got John down, that's gooey, China virus, kung fu, China virus, kung fu, and I ain't wearing.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Aaron Gordon and V out there with Holmgren. And it's Bufkin in at the 2 spot. You know, Jim, you look at everything that goes into preparing for an NBA game, there are a lot of moving parts there.
That's the part that fans don't really see, Kevin. So much goes into preparation every single night, particularly to get ready for the start of the season.
How about just getting your body ready game to game, week to week?
No, it's not only maintaining from day to day, it's also preparing your body to go into a very long and grueling season.
And now, let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Bucks put together a nice one. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
Great stuff, Allie. He was in attack mode all night. We saw that really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
Mitchell passes to Dunleavy. Gordon against Mobley. Here's Rupert. And another miss by Denver.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down. Get high percentage looks and then D up.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Denver with the ball. To the middle. Mobley inside. He's against Gordon. Mobley misses.
And that's a blown opportunity in close. He'd sure like to have that one back.
Here's MT, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And I bet he wishes they could play this team every night. Things are going great out there offensively.
And here is Mitchell. Still yet to score. Mobley, a screen on Holmgren. Pass to Dunleavy. Now Paxson. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And again, Denver no good. MV outside. Here's Buff.
We've got Mobley, and it's Rupert in at the 2 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
You know, BA, the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras can start to help because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks put together a nice one. He dropped an amazing number of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Yeah, spot on, Ali. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Yeah, for sure. And draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Here's Dunleavy, covered by MP. Can they get it? And stolen by Holmgren. To the inside, from 6 feet away. Again, Golden State. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
You know, they've also been very effective at running the floor. Just a ton of points in the fast break. It's been a big part of their success.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. Here's Dunleavy.
Here's Rupert. Still without a basket. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got MP. Holmgren is out there with Gordon. And it's Buffkin in at the 2. Only a small part of the season.
I stand you. You can go for the dunk and get cut up. You can go down to the track shop and get made up. You can go down there and get drugged up. But at the end of the day, you
We've got Mobley, and it's Rupert in a 2-guard. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. I wonder, of all the things you can teach players, can you teach great passing?
I really don't think you can, BA. You can teach solid, fundamental passing. You can teach guys to make fewer mistakes by better use of fundamentals. But the great passers have great vision, and I just don't think that's something you can teach. I think that's something that guys gain over their time and experience playing the game of basketball.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Bucks looked really strong. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
That's good stuff, Allie. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
This will not believe.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Wait
From the fusion about the body parts. Listen, they wanna kill him in the womb. Bring it up from the right into the tomb. That one born I kids, they can have no. That one born I
And
kids,
so it's
they can
Mitchell
have
who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their set.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. We got Gordon. Jet Holmgren out there with MVP. And it's Buffkin in at the 2. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks put together a nice one.
They wanna kill him in the room. Periodic up on the right into the tomb. That one want our kids, they can have no. That one want our kids, they can have no. Meaning Jesus in the room. Bring the right away from doom. That one want our kids, they can have no.
In this league, you've got to have moves and counter moves. Grant, your toolkit was pretty complete coming in.
Well, you know, I tried to keep adding to it. It's like baseball. If they're struggling to hit your heater, that changeup will work even better.
We've got Mobley, and it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at it.
Come fly with me. Here we're talking, Venus talk. The Venus we're talking, Venus talk. The Venus we're talking,
Mobley is out there with Batson. Then it's Mitchell. Then there's Dunleavy. And it's Hooper in a 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver. GA here about 3.
He was the one who was taking shots, talking about shooting and looking blocks. Now he be talking like you don't stop. Sound kinda different when taking knots. Has he gone crazy or lost his mind? They don't even know why he doing blind.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
We've got Mitchell, and it's Mobley in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And one thing about this game, Grant, on any given night, you can see an upset.
Yeah, I mean, BA, it just shows how hard it is to be consistent night in and night out. Every team in the league has quality players, so if you're off your game even just a little, that could be enough to lose it for you.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks put together a nice one. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that way tonight, guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them...
Now I already know, man. You can't stop. No matter what obstacles you put in my way.
And here's Denver. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. And when it comes to taking an offense out of its rhythm, what are some of the primary methods, Grant?
Well, B.A., you have to disrupt their flow. That can come from steals, deflections, block shots, even change shots. Anything.
And it's good! He hits another one!
Getting to the 60 mark in a game is just, it's incredible. I mean, most Hall of Famers haven't even done this.
And he's approaching the 4th most 60-plus point games of the season. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Bucks looked really strong. He ended up with a...
We've got 1:08 left to play in the first half. They've got Mitchell. Jackson is out there with them.
Blessing. That was blessing.
A minute 6 left to play in the first half of basketball. So on the floor for Golden State, they've got MP, Chet Holmgren out there with Aaron Gordon, and it's Bufkin in at the 2. Outside Mitchell. 5 to shoot. To win the run. It's rebounded by Golden State. The mood around the team right now on cloud 9, looking for their 13th win in a row.
Just a fun team to watch when you get right to it. I mean, the way they're executing at both ends of the floor, it seems like they're getting better each game. Communication, ball control, ball security, defensively. They are very adaptable, and we've seen how they adjust, always learning and constantly tweaking the winning formula.
34 seconds left in the half. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team. 19 seconds left in the second. Clock at 6. And another miss by Denver. Back to MP. Out to the right wing. Launches it. Another 3 for Golden State.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
MP getting it done for the Golden State Warriors. Triple-double on the night. And getting better as the game goes on. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Golden State Warriors.
Something my partner will appreciate. These guys are living in the paint, and it's going to be hard to move them out of there, Shaq.
Yeah, that's what we call renters' rights. They are holding that lease, baby.
And now let's see who the winners of the Player of the Week were. For the East, that's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. Nikola Jokic is out there with Achua. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Yeah, this defense looks absolutely helpless trying to stop MP right.
Leave a hat girl sheet, but God still sit on that throne. Yeah, you knew me, but that's the old me. Now washed up, but new clothes. Yeah, we feel the pressure, but we don't fold. Do for the Lord of Lords. Yeah, now we gotta do it with us.
Here's MP. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. So on the floor for Golden State, we've got Mitchell Robinson. Holmgren is out there with Walker. Then there's Brandon Pajemski, and it's MP in at the point guard position.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks put together a nice one. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. And the entire NBA talking about his performance. It was that special. Can he do it again? We'll see, guys.
Thanks as always, Allie. Great report. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going. Their execution after halftime has been excellent, making their first four.
At the line for the Warriors, Walker. One shot.
Murray with it. Still without a bucket.
If they're going to play 94 feet of defense here, they're going to try to make something happen with the full court press.
Pass to Jokic. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be heading to the line for a pair. And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant. A one-of-a-kind.
Oh, one-of-a-kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time.
Like retro ones hitting the shit with the lies. We rely on what the words. I ain't talking about no words.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, we've got Jarris Walker, Pajemski out there with MP. Then there's Holmgren, and it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And we see Brandon Pajemski. He's been a valuable player, Tim, since his first day in the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, he's just the type of guy every team could use. He's a winner, high IQ, a hustle player who connects the game, and he can hit shots from deep.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks put together a nice one. He dropped an amazing number of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Hey, Allie, thanks for the great report. He was in attack mode all night. We saw that really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
But he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
Here's Dunleavy. After the made shot from Chet Holmgren.
Touch what she do, save it. Like I'm jumping like kangaroo. That's just a test of what breakers do. I went to me in the way, on I'm better, no time that I say it soon. But you can't do it like this. But you can't do it like this. You can put me in the ocean for 11 straight days. Call back when you find me, I'ma still be leaving fire.
I got the fuego, homie, give me that gasolina. I got the fuego, homie, give me that gasolina. I'll be lukewarm, I'll be lukewarm, I'll be lukewarm, I'll be lukewarm.
Murray is doubled. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. And when you have a multiple MVP like Nikola Jokic,
I don't do lukewarm, I don't do lukewarm.
Now Dunleavy, scoreless.
Only gasolina. I don't sugarcoat. Gotta go spit that truth. Where you go, I go. Gotta stay faithful, just like Ruth. Yeah. Take my seat, gotta go eat, feel like Peter.
Thus far. And they double up Murray. So Stan, just for old time's sake, do you think the league should bring back the hand check? Do you miss it?
Well, look, Kevin, I think what the league's done with allowing freedom of movement has made this game a lot better than it was. I think the key...
Huh?
Yeah, it is in motion.
That was some dinner yesterday, Mom. Check it out, man.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
And so in the game for the Warriors.
I got the fuego, homie, give me that gasolina. I got the fuego, homie, give me that gasolina. I got the fuego, homie, give me that gasolina.
So it's Denver now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Setting the floor for the Warriors.
Got the freedom for my soul.
And they double up Murray. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. And so in the game for the Warriors.
I used to think that it was all on me. I used to think I was strong enough. I had to get out the way, let them lead. Cause I was moving at a speed that would cost me back to who I was before I was free.
And they've gone to the full court press here, looking to make things as difficult as possible and maybe force a turnover or two.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Walker out there with Chet Holmgren. Then there's Brandon.
Couldn't do it on my own. I need God in it. If there's no God in it, doing something wrong. I was full of pride. I was trying to fight a fight I couldn't fight alone. Break it down inside. I had to recognize that I am weak and God is strong. Couldn't do it on my own.
And they double up Murray. Denver's got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. Nikola Jokic is out there with Precious Achua, and it's Dunleavy in at small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
No sleep for the cash I'm feeding. Generational curses. Father God have mercy. I need truth, but I'm searching. I got fame, but I'm hurting. I got models, but I'm lonely. I need change in the morning. I look fresh in that selfie. But I'm crying, can you help me? Till I met my Jesus. Holy Ghost gave me freedom. 12 years jaywalking. What I live, I'm talking. Couldn't do it on my own. Now gotta.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now, here in the third. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. Achua is out there with Dunleavy. And it's Jokic in at the 5. That's the group on the front.
Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, it is. Indeed, a rush press offensively, they could really use a basket.
On the floor for the Warriors, they've got MP. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Walker. Then there's Brandon Pajemski, and it's Holmgren in at the 3. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks looked really strong. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. Let's see if he comes.
For Denver, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scores do what's called hunting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could be without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Robinson is out there with Walker. And it's Chet Holmgren. Then it's MP. And it's Pajemski in at the shooting guard position. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks put together a nice one. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. That night will be etched in people's memories. He was relentless. I'm curious to see how he follows it up. Guys?
Great stuff as always, Allie. Thank you. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure they'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been awful.
Now here's Murray. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. Here's Brown. He's defended by Pajemski. Murray.
Here's Murray. Phenomenal stats on a consistent basis. Puts up over 24 points a game. And Grant, we're talking about certain players.
And they've gone to the full court press here, looking to make things as difficult as possible and maybe force a turnover or two.
Setting the floor for the Warriors.
here's Murray. Phenomenal stats on a consistent basis. Puts up over 24 points a game. In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. Achua is out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3. That's the group of the game for the Nuggets. Well, a lot of eyes focused on NBA officiating. But where their eyes are focused is also a topic.
Yeah, the league's able to track officials' position on the court and even tell where they're looking. And you cross-check that with the results and train them where to be and where to keep watching.
Now here's Jokic. Clock at 2. And again, it's Denver missing.
Still looking for his first make, and they could really use the help right now.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks looked really strong. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. Truly, one of the most exceptional performances we've seen in recent memory. A monster night for him. Back to you.
Great report there, Allie. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure. And draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Yeah, they've done a great job of challenging every shot they can. Their totals in the block column are a result of that aggression.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. The team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
Now here's Black. And here's MP from outside. And the Warriors with another 3.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Here's Jokic. And here's MP. Non-stop scoring machine right here. So on the floor for Golden State, we've got Brandon Pajemski, Anthony Black out there with Walker. Then there's Mitchell Robinson, and it's MP in at the point. And it's already hard enough to play D in this league. Some people feel that traveling has gotten out of control, Coach.
Well, I don't know if it's gotten out of control, BA. I think the referees do a pretty good job on traveling. I think what's important for the referees is they have to be able to determine which travel calls gain a guy an advantage and which ones you can let go because they have no effect on the play.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks put together a nice one. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Nice work, Allie. Thank you. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Greg.
Yeah, BA, I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Now here's Murray. Phenomenal stats on a consistent basis. Puts up over 24 points a game. Pass to Dunleavy. Shot to stop the run. It's hauled in by Robinson.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look. Dare I say he's had a perfect game. Incredible. No misses thus far. A major reason they lead. And he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And stolen by Murray.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Walker out there with Robinson. Then there's Black. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. And it's Alston in at the 1. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
And they have also done a great job capitalizing on turnovers. Whenever they get a steal, they are off to the races. They're going to try to keep that going.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks looked really strong. He dropped an amazing number of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double.
In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. Precious Achua is out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But, Grant, that can leave a team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks looked really strong. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. And he was huge for them in that one. Talking to his coaches pregame, they hope he can repeat that performance with another one here tonight. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, BA. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys have carried that momentum into this one.
Out to the right wing. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense.
Oh, come on!
And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
What a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And he shows the focus there. Nails the team. Grant, he's built for the big moments. Jamal Murray ready and willing when the pressure is on.
Yeah, B.A., his playoff performances speak for themselves. Clutch scoring, playmaking, and of course, that killer mentality.
Here's Paxson. No made baskets yet. Pass to Dunleavy. 6 to shoot. No good on the triple.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
From deep, MP. Yet another bucket. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home, and that'll put them halfway through a 3-game homestand. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Just 5 on the clock. The Nuggets need to get one up. The Nuggets with another miss. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Warriors ahead, running away with it. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The fourth quarter is coming up next.
Get out the way. Get out the way.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest.
Get out the way.
You couldn't say I didn't. Call me your former head of the. I'm blessed and I'm.
Murray.
I think he's gonna let it slide.
Dante, use that on this one.
Hey, you're not sex a gay demon.
They say, Bryson, why you go so hard? I give you 8 reasons. Reason one, he took our money as soon as he got big. 27 women homosexuality on our kids. They try to push that on our black men.
And with the trend break toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
Cutting the floor for the Warriors. Aaron Gordon out there with home ground. Then it's MP. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Coles in at the 2 spot. Now here's Murray. Jokic with his screen on Gordon. The Dunleavy launches it. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Holmgren's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And here is Murray. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
It's the Dunleavy. Now Brown. Shot clock at 5. Launches a 3. Cans it from downtown. Brown's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Cole. Officiating is always a hot topic among fans. It's never going to go away. And some people think the game is called too closely now.
Careful, Kevin. We don't need any fines over here. Fans are bound to get frustrated with certain calls, but overall, I think our officials do a great job, and the game is about as fair as it can be.
And here is Murray after the three-pointer from Chet Holmgren. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Offline with his 3.
He really hasn't done much to help their cause today. They could have used a little more offense.
You're not just a gay demon. You're not just a gay demon.
So Murray will bring it up for Denver. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. On the floor for the Warriors. They've got Holmgren. Also Aaron Gordon out there. MP is out there with Mitchell Robinson. And it's Coles in at the shooting guard position. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
They know you can keep it quiet. And when you're looking in the end, close the lines up and after all our kids, you can keep it quiet. And this country is a mess. If you go to hell, remember what I said. You can keep it quiet. Stop it, find it, bucket, something generous. The church call you, all you ain't considered. You can keep it quiet. They can see it in my eyes.
Now done, ladies. So we've seen the NBA, Tim, embrace analytics more and more over time. That's something you caught on to early in your career.
Well, there is no doubt, Kevin, that they're starting to go more to the analytics. The eye test is really important when you look at just what makes good basketball. But the numbers sometimes can tell you things you didn't even realize as a coaching staff.
As a broadcaster, what numbers do you look at normally right off the top? What things are telltales for you?
One thing that I really look at as opposed to individual plus-minus, give me that group of 5 plus-minus. That way I know which units are really getting it done together.
Oh, I love it. In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. Achua is out there with Jokic, and it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Tries to put it down hard.
Watch out below. Oh, it is nice to be young. MP.
Like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam.
Knuckles flying. Not just something flying, knuckles sweating, knuckles shining.
Murray with it. called for run.
He been looking through CJ, there's no one to be found. Roe v. Wade was overturned, but there was not a sound. You better find your voice, I'm making noise, and now I'm piping down, cause I'm a different breed. The God I serve is bigger than your little G. Sound wild, whispering.
In the backcourt, between Murray and Brown, Achua is out there with Nikola Jokic, and it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Now here's Murray. Jokic passes to Murray. Shot clock at 6. Up and over Gordon. And again, it's Denver missing.
There has been nothing for him this quarter. Ever since halftime, he's lost all of his touch.
And here's MP from outside. Another 3 for Golden State.
You can bet MP will make a lot of those over his career.
Jokic screen. Pass to Dunleavy to win the drought. Warriors with the rebound. Holmgren's got rebound number 11.
Well, the scoreboard tells you.
It's what it is, it's always been that. 50 rounds on the plane, I'm ready for any attack. Looking up on the blood on my chest, but I'm holding it back. It fuels my blood, we close to the slime and close to the snack. Yeah, and on they side, what's wrong with these people? I'm keeping my spot. Loaded up.
In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. Dunleavy is up there with Precious Achua. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Wide open look here for Murray. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
This is a game where defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And guys, when you're going head-to-head against someone 4 times over the course of a season, it's a great feeling to snatch that first one. Good in-game adjustments tonight against them.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
He did it all tonight and had a triple-double to show for it, leading by example. He was tremendous.
Shots good by Cole.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there, go get it.
Dunleavy finds Murray. This one for 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
It pains me to say it, but he's hurting his team right now. Apparently, he still has the green light.